Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. This will be a tarot or a Lenormand. I'm not sure what other type of an oracle I might use, but I want to look at, I've had a few of you wonder what David Hogg's effect may be on the voting cycle for the Democrats. So for 2022 and 2024. What will be that effect that he will have? Because he certainly has a voice. So anyway, let me bring the camera down over the table and I'll take a look. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to use the Golden Dreams Lenormand again for this reading. And make some room. David Hogg. How will he affect the Democrats for midterms? How will he affect our midterms? Will he hurt the Democratic vote? How will he affect the Democrats' midterms? Do 10 cards here. So there's one. Well, here, I'll just do it this way. 2, 4, 5. And let's take a couple off the bottom in case. Okay. Okay, so there's movement. It's a movement. This is the message. This is delivery. Good news. That could be in two different ways. Oops. I just forget. These cards are really big. It's protection. This could be complicated, but then the light comes out. Pandora's box is one of those really interesting cards. Yeah. Oops, I should move over a little bit just in case. Sometimes the video cuts off at the edges. Okay, so Lily, Tower, which is absolutely completely different in the Lenormand than it is in the tarot. This is our government institutions. Island, mice, and owls. Okay, so we have quite some time until, well, it's November. It's coming up in November, but anyway. The clover has to do with risks, taking a risk, but it also has to do with opportunities. And it could be two different ways he's affecting, because it's a number 2 card, that he's affecting the Democrats. This, to me, the Tower in this situation is the institution of the Democrats. And this has to do with wisdom. The Lilies is all about wisdom and peace and harmony. The ship is him, bringing in the message, right? Bringing in the message. And of course, he's enraged because of, the gun laws. I mean, he's a survivor. So he's trying to, with these two cards mirroring each other's bookends, he's trying to bring through the message. He's stirring it up. I'm hoping that he'll get more voters to come out. He's trying to get his generation to participate in the vote. But if he's angry at the Democrats, is that going to push them towards the independents? And if you vote for an independent, we're not at that stage yet in our evolution to where we can, maybe someday it'll be the Democrats and the independents and the GOP is just dead, because they've screwed up so badly so many times, so hard for so long, that we've got the independents and the Democrats, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I know it's not going to happen before the midterms. There's just no way. And so basically now, if we vote for an independent, we're just giving our vote to a Republican. It's just basic math. So that's the complication here with Pandora's box. It's, you know, it's like the snake card, but even worse, because there are like new complications because of some kind of interference, but this is also a card of grief. It brings in a different take than the snake is, you know, basic betrayal and complications, detours. This one is major problems that have to come up, the grieving has to come through and come out, and then you get to the clear light that's at the bottom. So it is a card of things getting better. So there's movement to things getting better. The dog is awesome as far as protection. What he's trying to do is bring in new gun laws that are protective, and he's absolutely right. He has every right to be enraged, I feel, but I don't know what he's saying on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. And the question was, how will it affect our midterms? Well, there's the protection here. The dog is helpful. The dog is like trustworthy and loyal. Now, it's hanging over mice, which can be loss, but it's also, but mice doesn't have to be loss. Mice minimizes something. So maybe what he minimizes is minimizing is the loneliness of feeling shut out in the cold, because, you know, we haven't gotten those gun laws in yet, right? I mean, it's getting better. It is getting better. It's not enough. It's better than it was, but we need more. And I don't know if it'll come before the midterms, but it needs to, you know, it really needs to. And maybe that's why we have the government institution card here, too. Both of these cards can be lonely. And he's worried about his whole generation being wiped out. I mean, because, well, it doesn't even matter what age you are anymore. You're not safe in a school. You're just not. I mean, look what happened in Uvalde. It's just, it's atrocious. It's not safe for teachers. It's not safe for kids. It's just awful. The answer card here has to do with wisdom. Has to do with getting the message out in a really wise way. So I'm hoping that the light, you know, shines clearly and he gets that message out. Because the birds is all about, the birds and the owls card, it has to do, in this deck they just made it the owls, but it's usually the birds. And the birds has to do with making connections, you know, verbal connections. Literally, this would be our Twitter card. Okay, so it looks to me like he has stirred up complicated messages literally on Twitter, but I think he's going to minimize it later on, and the clear light will come through. You know, when someone has a voice and they use it, they find out their power. Who knows? He may have been one of those souls who came in feeling invisible, feeling like whatever he said or did didn't make any difference, feeling misunderstood, unheard, not seen and heard, you know. And maybe he's healing that, because this island card, it has to do with your long-term planning, but it could be something that's like way, way out. You know, you can't get there yet from where you are, and you're having to take this path and then maybe go back and around and then like regroup, pull this piece, part of you, your soul back in. That might be what he's going through. And so maybe his message will change in the future. But you know what? I feel like these cards are on the bottom here. I feel like the feminine, I feel like the Democrats are going to win. Look at all the blue here. I think the Democrats have it. I think this is going to be a big sucking sound towards the towards the blue, towards the Democrats, because of Roe v. Wade and the feminine. So no matter what he says, if he is doing any damage, I don't I'm not seeing it. Not with that dog card. Yeah. This is a card of strength. This is the strength of the message. Yeah. I'm not seeing it. I don't think it's going to affect our midterms. I mean, if it does, I think it'll be in a positive way because I think he's going to get more people to vote, more kids to vote. Okay. Thank you for the awesome question, Leah. Okay, bye.